we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I think? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
Yeah, watch Popeyes, mama. Where I watch?
Popeye.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. First up, last Saturday, I carried a report about that guy on your screen. His name is Leroy Alfred Vassell, but he is also known as Pele. Pele, he'll be celebrating his 27th birthday, and we are told that he's from Heavensons in the Waterworks area of Westmoreland. We are also told that he used to live at George's Plain in Westmoreland. I told you that Pele, he was arrested and charged by the Lauderhill Police Department in Florida for 4 counts of felony grand theft. The allegation is that Pele, he acted as the middleman in an elaborate fraudulent publishers clearinghouse scheme that defrauded elderly victims in the United States of more than $7 million United States dollars. Well, guess what? Pele, him out a road. We are told that Pele, he posted bond. Not only is Pele out a road, he wants to let you and I know that he is out a road. Watch these 2 short videos.
Yeah, Ducky, bravo. Deport it. My friend John money for you. Yeah, man. Brawling.
Yeah, send it to Popeyes.
Send them to Popeyes, the man.
No.
Pele, guess what? For me, it's not personal. But right here now, you have bigger fish than Popeye if you fry. It's called your freedom. And guess what? I wish you all the best. And I mean it. Enough respect. In this report, Monday night, October 7, a female, she parked and securely locked up her 2020 grey Toyota RAV4 with license plate number 0139JU at her home along 55th Place in the 2 East area of Greater Portmore, and she went to bed. When she got up yesterday morning and made checks, the RAV4 was missing. Hoodlums thief it. Just like that. This one took place Sunday morning, October 6, about 7 o'clock. It took place at a house on the Bel Air housing scheme in the Runaway Bay area of St. Ann. Our information is that a team of police officers from the St. Ann Division, acting on intelligence, they carried out a raid at a house on the housing scheme, and bingo. One Smith & Wesson SD9 9mm pistol with the serial number intact, affixed with a magazine loaded with 3 9mm rounds, were found. The police, they are also alleging that they found 8 pounds of ganja. As a result, the couple living at the house and who were there during the search, they were arrested and charged. There are one, Omar Henry, but he's popularly known as Smokey. Smokey is 46 years old, and we are told that he's a wood carver. And 2, Stacey-Ann Allen, but she's popularly known as Chichy. Chichy is a 34-year-old shopkeeper. They were charged, so they'll be going to the courts shortly. Intelligencers, big up on yourself. And St. Ann Police, job well done. In this next report, watch this video.
I hear somebody tonight say,
So that young drummer on your screen, his name is Daniel Morgan, but we are told that he's called either Avon or Avon, one of them. Next month on November 12th, he will be celebrating his 22nd birthday. Daniel, he lived at Big Bridge in the parish of Westmoreland. Daniel was a drummer in the Genius Band and he could be seen every single week playing at events across Western Jamaica. Last night, Tuesday, October 8th, about some minutes to 10 o'clock, Daniel, he was riding his blue cheetah motorcycle along the Namprel Road, main road in Negril, when it is said that Daniel, he failed to keep to his left and he collided head-on into a white Nissan AD wagon motorcar that was coming in the opposite direction. Daniel, he was thrown from the bike onto the roadway and he received serious head and bodily injuries. He was rushed to the Savannah Lamar Hospital where he was pronounced DEAD. Sad indeed. Condolences to Daniel's family and friends. In this report, a 26-year-old father and his 4-year-old son, they are lucky to be alive, and we are told that this one is as a result of scamming. This one is about man thief, man client, and chop the client bigly. Me I talk about over 150,000 United States dollars. Yesterday afternoon, Tuesday, October 8th, almost 3 o'clock, a 28-year-old guy from the Clark Street area of Mount Salem in St. James, he was driving his white Toyota Vassell along Vernon Drive in Mount Salem. His 4-year-old son was in the Vassell with him. On reaching the Austin Avenue intersection, a hoodlum stepped out in the road with a gun in his hand. The hoodlum, he opened gunfire at the Vassell, hitting the driver to his right shoulder. The driver, he ended up losing control of the Vassell, which crashed into another vehicle. The hoodlum, he then made good his escape. We are told that the 4-year-old son, he received injuries to one of his right fingers, but this was due to the collision. The father and son, they were rushed to hospital where they were treated. The police, they were called, and when they processed this crime scene, 10 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. Now, listen me carefully. In yesterday's video, I told you about the killing of that female on your screen. Her name is Sandria Williams, but she was popularly known as Sandy. Sandy was a 31-year-old sales rep and she was shot and killed on Friday evening, April 5, earlier this year. I did some digging and I have an update. Well, this is what I found out. Sandy, she left work late that Friday afternoon. She got a drive from someone she knew very well and the person dropped off Sandy downtown Montego Bay. Sandy, she was later picked up in a red Nissan Sylvia motor car with at least 2 males in it. Follow me now. Now, for persons who are asking, why did Sandy go into the car? My information is that a gun was pointed at Sandy and she was forced into the car. Are you following me? Now, I had said yesterday that Sandy, she was shot once in her head, but that I must tell you is not so. Follow me. Sandy, she was shot in the car before she reached Trelawney. We are told that the persons in the car, they drove to Trelawney and they attempted to dump Sandy's body in a swamp area, but that did not work out. They then drove with Sandy to a section of the Holland Main Road where Sandy's lifeless body was dragged out of the car. Sandy, she was again shot twice in her head. The guy who shot Sandy, he was in the process of picking up the spent shells, but a vehicle was coming. The hoodlum, he saw the vehicle and panicked. The hoodlum was able to pick up one of the spent shells then jumped in the car and escaped. That is why the police were able to find a spent shell on the scene. Are you following me? We are told that during the time that arrangements were being made for Sandy's funeral, Sandy's mother, she collapsed and subsequently died. I am told that they had to postpone Sandy's funeral and kept one funeral for her and her mother. Sad indeed. So the guy on your screen, he was charged for killing Sandy. His name is Sherman Sterling, but we are now finding out that he's popularly known as Stretcher. Stretcher is almost 49 years old and he's a tour bus operator. Like I told you in yesterday's video, Sandy and Stretcher, they were involved in an intimate relationship and he's accused of killing her because Sandy, she wanted to end the relationship. We are told that Stretcher, he was very physically abusive to Sandy and he used to watch her like a hawk even though he was living with his woman. We are told that on one occasion, Stretcher, he beat up Sandy badly, took away her phone, then locked her up in her apartment. He then went to her workplace asking for her, even though he was the one who locked her up in her apartment. But the question is, follow me now. The question is, and me know, you know, I know that some liars, them are listening. I'm going to keep on listening. Now, the question is this the first time Stretcher has been suspected of killing? Back in the 2000s, he used to operate a taxi in the Sun Valley, Melbourne and Montego Bay area. That young man on your screen, that's the best photo I could get of him. He was about 14 or 15 years younger than Stretcher, but they were very good friends. His name is Khourie Service and he used to live in the Blood Lane area of Salt Spring Road. We are told that in early 2007, over 17 years ago, Khourie, he had some money to do some business, but his friend Stretcher asked him for a loan in the amount of 400,000 Jamaican dollars. Khourie told him that the money was to do some business and he also reminded Stretcher that he had a baby on the way and he needed to spend some money for the baby. Stretcher, he promised Khourie that he would get back the money before the baby was born. The baby was born in July 2007 and Khourie, he still did not get back the money. He was still asking Stretcher for the money, who told him that he would soon get it. On Tuesday night, August 28, 2007, Khourie, he called a family member and told the person that he was in the downtown area of Montego Bay and he was waiting on Stretcher. He told the family member that Stretcher owed him some money and Stretcher told him that he was going to come and pick him up so that they could go and collect the money. Remember now, even though Khourie was much younger than Stretcher, he considered him his friend. Later that same night, Khourie, he was found along a road in Trelawney, near to where Sandy was killed and dumped. Khourie, he had received 4 gunshot wounds to his head. We are told that later that same night, Stretcher, he went to persons close to Khourie expressing his condolences. He was seen with bite marks on one of his hands. Persons who knew Khourie well, them know that from Khourie was a child and whenever he was involved in a fight, him usually bite. We're also being told that someone close to Khourie asked Stretcher for the money and his response was that he already paid back Khourie. So the question is, was it one of Sandy? Listen me carefully, you know. Listen me carefully. It's not a laughing matter, but I know, you see, from the other day, some lie anyhow. The question is, Was it one of Sandy's killers who had killed Khourie? Another question is, were those the only 2 times this killer committed murder? More to come. You see? Sometimes we see some people, them walk up and down in a white pretty shirt. Remember me tell you, devil them. Remember me tell you. In this next report, a security guard, his name is Michael Dave Crawford. He was born on July 11, 1993, 31 years old. Michael, he was a security guard contracted to a well-known security company, and he lived at Bobman Hill in the Lilliput area of St. James. We are told that Michael, he was assigned to a popular home center in the Freeport area of Montego Bay. Our information is that Michael, he left work Friday evening, October 4, about minutes to 7 o'clock. He was supposed to be working on Saturday morning, October 5, starting at 7 o'clock, but Michael, he did not show up for work. Several calls were made to Michael's cell phone numbers, but the calls, they went straight to voicemail. Yesterday morning, Tuesday, October 8, about 8 o'clock, flies were seen in the windows of the house where Michael lived at Bobman Hill, and there was a foul smell coming from the section of the house that he occupied. When persons went and made checks, Michael's partially decomposed naked body was found lying on its right side in the front section of the house. Michael, he had received stab wounds to his back and his upper body. We are told that a trail of blood was seen leading from the bathroom to the veranda. The police, they were called and they processed the crime scene. The police, they are now trying to find out who killed Michael and why. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button. As also, hit on the notification bell. Then click all, so that whenever we drop a new video, you'll be one of the first to be notified. In the final story for today, war start again in the Bucks Bunny area of Lilliput in the parish of St. James. Remember that I told you about the killing of Larrio Robinson, also known as Larry? Well, this latest incident has something to do with that incident. That guy on your screen, his name is Shacwayne Woolery, but he was also known as Shakie or Omar. On Boxing Day coming up, Shakie, he will be celebrating his 47th birthday. Shakie was a merchandiser at the Lilliput Minimart in the Bucks Bunny area of Lilliput, and he also lived in the area. We are told that last night, Tuesday, October 8, about minutes after 7 o'clock, Shakie, he was on the job. He was restocking some shelves when two hoodlums entered the Minimart. One of them pulled a gun and accosted Shakie. Shakie, he managed to grab onto him and a struggle ensued with both of them. The hoodlum, he then opened gunfire, hitting Shakie to his head and his upper body. Shakie, he fell on a refrigerator in the Minimart, and the hoodlums, they then made good their escape on foot in the area. Shakie, he died on the spot. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 7 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in country bar. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town, man a pay blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder. Cut it out, tell them no gonna further. Man a dead like cans and bird, yeah. Who no listen them a word, yeah. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica.